Welcome to the iRoofing training tutorial. My name is Kyle, I'm the lead trainer here at iRoofing, and I'm going to be taking you through the entire application today. In the next section that we want to take a look at will be sign a contract. We'll hit sign a contract at the bottom to open up this page, and if you look at the bottom of the screen, you have a button that says Load New. When you tap on Load New, we can now select a source to load our own contracts from. In this case, what I'd like to recommend is that we go either into Dropbox or Google Drive and select any PDF document that we have stored there. Just keep in mind that the application will only read PDFs, so if you have a Word document or any other file type, you'll want to convert them first. After loading your contract, you'll see it on the list over to the left. You can select your contract by tapping on it, and I like to recommend that you save each of your contracts to this list as a template. So when you're ready to use one for a customer, you can hit duplicate at the bottom, name it after your customer, which in this case we'll call it training. After creating my copy, I can hit sign in the bottom right corner to load it up. If my contract is multiple pages, I can swipe my finger from right to left or left to right to go between those pages. And I can scroll up and down on a page to browse the page. Now to add content to my contract, I can place and hold my finger within the general area that I'd like to add that content, such as my signature. I can tap on the pen icon to the left, and then I can use this box to write on the inside of it. I can increase or decrease the thickness of my lines and change between blue or black ink, and then hit next to place it on the page. I can also manually drag the signature around by placing and holding my finger within its box, and then dragging it over to where I need it on the page. And I can also resize my signature by grabbing any one of the dots around the corners of that box and dragging inwards or outwards to enlarge or shrink it. If I place and hold down on the screen again, that menu will pop up, and then I can also choose the T in the center to type any text that I would like. So this way, if we have any fill in the blank sections or additional information that we need to add, we can type that in, change the font size to match the font of our contract, and the color of our font as well. After we place it down, we can then move it around and resize it just like we can with our signature. Then our final option on that menu is by tapping on the calendar to the right, selecting a date and the color, and then also moving that and rearranging it and adjusting it just like we would with our signature. Once we're done, we can hit save at the bottom. We can also select a customer to save our contract to. And right next to that, we'll also have the options for printing and emailing our contract as well. Then I'm going to hit back to go back to the previous screen. And since we created the contract just for training purposes, I want to remove it from my device. So I can swipe my finger from right to left over the name of that contract, tap on delete, and that will get rid of that copy. Now if you saved your contract and assigned it to a customer, even if you delete it from the screen, you can still access it from that customer's file in the customer database.